everyone, and welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt, and this time I've actually done this intentionally because I need to do this live. So, had a haircut. Yeah, we got a haircut today, and it was savage. It was a savage haircut. I said I had to deal with something. Oh yeah, no, this is what I had to deal with. What happened? Oh, I got a haircut. Yeah, absolute buzz cut happened. Um, I think the guy's English wasn't particularly great, and I didn't understand why he was confused. So I said, "Yeah, just go with it, man. Don't know why you're being so weird about it." Anyway, so that happened. Where's my train? Yeah. So yeah, anyway, now you have to deal with it too. Exactly. Well, that's all right. So anyway, haircut went a bit crazy, went a bit wild. You know how haircuts can be. But yeah. So that's what my day was, getting a haircut and being like, it was one of those moments. I'm cosplaying the sun. God, it's so rude. It was one of those moments. I was like, yeah, like just cut it this way. He's like, okay, do you want me to style it anyway? I'm like, no, just the normal way. He's like, all right. And then it's just like who has more hair? See for the baby. I still have more hair. And the buzz cut just goes zoom straight over the front. I'm like, ah, okay then. I did. I did tell him that. I think he didn't quite understand what I meant, or maybe I didn't explain it properly. But either way, it happened, and there's nothing I can do about it now. So, it's all in good fun, though, right? Yeah. Steve got drafted. You know what? That's what Panda's mother said as well. Something similar, like a military cut. And I was just like, okay, okay. Let's all laugh at the SeiferKatt, shall we? Here's my train. Gosh, it's miles away. So while we're doing that, we're going to continue advancing the lane. Well, you're married, so you don't need to talk to people to get a haircut. Oh, does like your wife do your hair cutting? Does your wife cut your hair for you? The ultimate disrespect for no real reason. She does. Yeah, like The Simpsons. Did your mum buy those clothes for you? Well, yeah. Who else would have? Hmm. You just don't cut your hair? Fair enough. And to cut my hair once, and she was so upset about it. So when my hair got long during one of the COVID lockdowns, Panda's like, "I'll cut your hair." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." She's like, "I'm afraid of cutting your hair." I'm like, "It's fine, just cut my hair." Like, okay, and she cuts it, and then for like the next 3 or 4 weeks, she complained about how my hair didn't look very good. I'm like, well, it's okay. I don't mind. No one else is going to see it except you. I think that's the problem. She had to see it. She had to deal with the ramifications of, you know, the haircut. I didn't mind, but she did. I mean, my wife may not have bought the clothes. I would have paid for them, but at the very least, she would have chosen them for me. I guess the shirt that I'm wearing, like, she buys all my shirts for me. They're typically like gifts for like, Christmas or birthdays, which I approve of because she buys cool shirts. Hey, Pooch Zaws. Thank you very much. Enjoy your sleep. Thanks for coming by just to say hi. Appreciate it. So polite. Such a polite pooch. Enjoy your repose. You never go bald, your head looks like a brain coral. Not much spaghetti. No, it's actually quite straight, honestly, as spaghetti goes right now. That's okay. You're allowed to have, sometimes you're allowed to have straight spaghetti. It's called spaghetti. It's uncooked spaghetti. It's just one strong, long line of fettuccine. That's okay. Fettuccine is tasty. I mean, it's pasta, right? Like pasta. Is pasta tasty? Like, the flavors you put with pasta are tasty, but I don't know if the pasta itself is tasty. Yeah, it's so orderly, right? The order is overwhelming. That's the problem now. Okay. I think we can probably go and get a quick repair. And so while we're just slowly venturing out to that coal train that jammed up everything, we will maybe we just need to put rocket fuel on everything. Maybe that's the answer. I think my oil line is also a bit busted, so we should probably go fix that as well while we're there. Bring back some more rails. Oh, I should have done that. Oh, it's fine. Still plenty of way to go. Because let's be honest, this train journey takes forever. Or is there an or? Alternative strategy, of course, is to do like another see a cat from the cat calendar. That's true. We could do that. Valid point. Could look at a cat. All right, let me just deal with this top base, and then I'll show you a cat, eh? Took you way too long to find. Yeah, I think I recently cleaned up a bunch of those things that don't really get a lot of use, but I think there's still too many that don't really get use. I could probably clean that a little bit further. Okay. Let's look at a cat. As per Kick's request. Why not? Save that? I didn't save that. Wow, that's new. Nudge poll. Great, cat. Yes. No. What? I could reset top cat to 1. Absolutely not. I can't do that. There's a rule for that. Okay. I can't reset top cat to 1 because that would mean bullet test would become the eternal top cat. We can't do that just yet. Anyway, here's a cat. Got little folded ears. Kind of cute. Put him here. You can see his little paws. It's important. You got to see his little paws. Okay. And meanwhile, that's happening. My train is continuing to venture forwards. Oh wow, it ran out of juice just before the base too. Okay, well, that's annoying. Okay. That's all right. We're continuing to advance the train while we're away. That's some pretty good stuff. And we'll advance the train until we get to water, and then we get stuck. All right. So is this deemed a great cat? Ooh, it's 50-50 on this one. Oh no. If only someone would vote on a different thing, or this would go into the tiebreaker cats. This is going to be a tiebreaker cat. Okay, so it's going to go into runner-up cats. So it's deemed maybe a top cat, but we don't know yet. All right, let's. Gosh, my hair. What the heck happened? My hair, my long, luscious hair. Right. They say vanity is a sin. I mean, they say everything's a sin if you really think about it. Like, what isn't a sin? You know, everything's a sin, pretty much. So just, you know, pick and choose which ones are acceptable. Which is not the the response you're supposed to have with finding out that everything is a sin, but it is the correct response. In my mind, anyway. Oh, I was about to say we've come across water, but no, we've still got more things to kill. Okay, Just zoopy zoopy zoop 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 zoop. Zappy zappy zap 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 zap. Good zapping. Those guys over there, they need to go away. Thank you very much. Thank you for leaving my frame of reference. The difference between the opposite and the hypotenuse and a sin, it's a cosine. Okay, a cosine, if you will. Well, that's if you sin with two or more people, obviously. Seems like your AC died a little over an hour ago. Oh, no. How hot is it where you are, Wes? It doesn't... Yeah, you're right. That doesn't bode well at all. How hot is Westtown? Weston? Yeah, no. AC dying is bad news. I understand these days in America because it's so hot. (73°F). Oh, okay. Yep. I know what that is in Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Celsius. Well, that's hot then, I guess. Is it hot? I assume. 22. 22 is not bad. Okay, 22 is not bad at all. I mean, it's not the most comfortable, but 22 is okay. Well, could be worse. I mean, look, you're uncomfortable. That's what really matters here, right? If you're uncomfortable, you're still uncomfortable. It doesn't, like, you don't want to be uncomfortable. So I suppose that's valid. Me, I'm the sort of person that only turns on the heater or air conditioner, like, if someone else is inconvenienced. I will just survive in just, like, the worst temperatures usually. Actually, that's not true. I turn on my fan early, but I'm just, like, if I'm slightly uncomfortable, I'm like, ah, that's fine. I shouldn't. I should, like, do something more earlier, but I'm just like, nah, it's fine. I'll survive. That haircut in the winter isn't effective. Very effective if I want to be cold. I have pneumonia. Yeah, it does what it needs to do, which is tries to kill me, much like everything else in this world. Good times, good times. I need a beanie? No. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't need to worry about it. I'm only mildly inconvenienced. I just look a bit silly, but then my hair will grow out and it'll look fine. I'll go back to my shaggy cat self. A beanie baby? I used to have a beanie baby. I don't know what happened to it. Like a cool black bear. Or just a cat for my head. Could do. I asked my son if he wanted there, but all he said was, ah! So I guess he wasn't keen on it. My son's hats are too small for me. Obviously, because he got small baby head. Got a bad case of baby head. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on, I've just realized we're kind of low health. We need to probably skedoodle. Okay. Or too cute for me. I mean, let's be honest. He is too cute for me. That's not going to change anytime soon. Okay, we're at the copper line. Oh, interesting. That's actually kind of what I expected. But at the same time, not what I wanted. There's another one that needs to be fixed before we can call it quits there. Nothing is too cute for Seif. Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty cute. I'm pretty freaking adorbs, right? Now, what I think has happened is there's a rail signal somewhere, like a like just a regular rail signal, which has jammed everything because it's slowed down at it. Oh, interesting. Or maybe not. Oh, maybe the rail signal's ahead? I'm not quite sure. How did you jam, little train? Okay. Well, I guess we gotta follow it manually for a little bit. Let me just... This is the fun part. We're just gonna slowly follow a train. Uh, Great part is they aren't even answering calling back in 25 minutes. That is a valid point. If it had been an actual emergency, you'd be dead by now. So that's bad. That's a valid point. That is scary. Uh, hmm. I kind of expect to see just... That's, I think, what I was looking for. So we're gonna go back to hit that up real quick. Well, you'd be dead now, wouldn't you? Oh, I forgot you can rotate the train while it's going. So you can do some really cool track drifting. So I think the mistake was over here by the copper line. I mean, that's valid. Like, you pay for what you've got. You know, while it's not that hot and on a grand scale, you did pay for like having this not happen. And the fact that it's happening is not great. So let's not call it anything that it isn't. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit for these trains to go past. That's kind of annoying, but that's... Oh, actually. Okay. So while we're here, we might as well wait. No. I don't care. I know why you do 2 lanes, but that's not why... I'm not doing 2 lanes there. I don't care. It's not the point of that line. That line is gonna have to just learn to be better. You know me, Wes. Once I've like dialed in a railways scheme, I don't change from it. I don't deviate because I'm not some sort of deviant who changes their plans. SeiferKatt, not a deviant. That's what it will say on my business cards. And then if you squint, it'll look like something dodgy. I don't know what exactly, but it will look dodgy, and people will be like, "You say not a deviant. It's not a change, it's an improvement." Hmm. See your argument. Oh. Your argument is probably not invalid either. Well, that's going on my that's going on my business cards if I ever get one. Let's put a colon there. Because if there's one thing a deviant knows about, it's a colon. All right. For some reason, whenever I see something talking about a fire, I always think about oxygen not included, which is strange because oxygen not included has no fires. But then I was thinking they do have like the new like update for gassy moos, which good old gassy moos, right? I really want to play some oxygen not included, but I just really don't have the time. Obviously. Boy, where are you guys going? Boy, you guys look like you're trying to start some sort of crime ring. Now you cannot. Can't play anymore, you've optimized the fun out of it. Well, I was planning to play a game where I take a colonist every single time. Like, just take a really duplicate thing. I do have a very long train ride to do things in. That's true. Right now, I'm not really too fussed by it. It looks like we've reached somewhere. That's extremely hard. Well, that seems like the reason to do it. Why would it be hard? Like, yeah, sure, food and oxygen is going to be a problem, but think about the manpower we'll have. We'll have so much manpower. It'll be ridiculous how much manpower we'll have. Okay. I mean, come on, think about it just for a moment how crazy the amount of work we'll have getting done. Oh yeah, okay. Is that global? It is. Let's make bunkers where dupes partially suffocate and used to pee. Oh yes! Now we're talking about some good stuff. Yeah, it'll be great, right? I see no problems with doing that. It'll just be suffering and torture. But not for me. Francis John did that. Oh, Francis John, I've heard that name before. People regard him highly for oxygen not included stuff. However, that seems like a war crime. And you know me, I'm not about war crimes. I think war crimes are bad. And this is where I pause for applause. He also plays RimWorld. I know of the name from Oxygen Not Included, though. Actually, rotate, do a little spinny doodle. Could have just rotated on hindsight. Didn't, though. So we're going to put 2 cargo wagons in because we might as well, right? Might as well. We really don't need accumulators. I don't know why we have them. Okay, and some more rails. Oh, actually, no. You know what I do need more of before I do anything too silly? I need to do more cracking. Let's get crack-a-lacking. The plastic's just a little bit sad. And no one wants sad plastic. I've been feeling the call of RimWorld lately. I think it's a normal thing that happens after a while with those sort of like really long-winded Everything goes wrong games. After a while, you just feel like, I could do that again. I could learn to hurt myself again. I could learn to love. Oh. Oil? How are we going with oil? We're not going as well as we used to. At some point we might need to branch out for another oil line. I think that one, though, we would just extend... Train... There's a truck there. A tank, sorry. I always say truck. Nullius has broken me for good. Okay. Anyway, that is producing the plastics that we need. Very good to see. Very happy for that, in fact. I think what I want to do is probably focus more on the rails, because the rails are the ones that are going to be trickier to build. Whereas next time we come across stone, we can just make landfill out there with solar panels. It's not going to be quick, but we can make it. Whereas the other things that we were just talking about, rails, they're going to be a little bit harder to make. Advanced oil processing sucks? Does it? Advanced oil processing's okay, Zoe. Also, hi. Oh, hi. Nice haircut. Yeah, thanks. I wish I felt quite so positively about it. Yeah. It's alright. Looks like I got into a fight against a lawnmower and didn't exactly come out on top. Alright. How lawnmower fights go, I think we all know. I mean, I'm sure we've all fought a lawnmower. We know how it works. Should have put a train stop out there before I did that. Oh well. Okay, it looks good. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. I unfortunately am not so positive about it, but that's okay. Alright, so while we venture onwards, and since we can build right now, we will continue to do so. Or not build, while we can continue to tell the aliens to go back to where they came from. We will continue to tell them that I do not want them on my planet. They're allowed the east side of the planet, we're allowed the west side. That is the rule. I mean, I just gave them that rule now, and it's not like they signed any papers to authenticate that rule, but I've told them the rule, and they would do their best to obey it. So what's up with the advanced oil processing, Zoe? What are you struggling with? I mean, if you want a tip, I can more than happy to pray that we do not alter the rule further. Yeah, because otherwise we'd have to take all the west as well, and then it would just be a wipe the planet clear of alien life. Which I've done in SpaceX, but I don't want to do it here as well. Oh, fudge. Okay, never mind. Our digging days are over. Alright, well. Looks like we might be in trouble. Because we have run out of space and we don't carry landfill in these things because they're slow. Maybe I should have a landfill spider. That way when I go away, the landfill spider can do landfill. You know what? Actually, hang on. You want to build the cracking directly into the oil processing build? Okay. You can do that, can't you? We can get a spider that does that, I've just realized. Just need to back up. Hopefully no one crashes into us in their ignorance while we're doing this. That could happen though, of course. You know it's possible, it's just infuriating. Fair enough. So what we might do is because I think I saw another spider that was actually built and I never did anything with it. We do have another spider. So what I would like to do is copy this guy. Missing a fusion reactor and some roboports. Okay, well, there's a fusion reactor for you. Okay, we've got a bunch of stuff in my inventory that I really don't even need to carry. And the sooner we don't carry it, the happier I'll be, I think. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, so what are we lacking? 2 personal roboport Mark IIs. Oh. Yeah, buddy, those aren't happening. Actually, are those happening? Do we make those? We don't. Hmm. You know what? You'll be fine with personal roboport 1s, right? You know what? Let's do it properly. I hate doing things properly. Hey, Turtle. Welcome. Welcome to SeiferKatt decides he has to do something properly for a change. Now, I do make personal reports, right? No, I don't. Well, that's why nothing's being done properly. Okay. There's your problem. I need iron gear wheels and advanced circuits. Well, advanced circuits, easy, done. Iron gear wheels, also easy, done. Batteries. This is the closest I've got to doing things properly. I hope we all appreciate it. This is not doing things properly at all. This is the laziest way you could imagine doing things. The laziest way is handcrafting everything. Yeah, that's how life goes. Life do be like that. Ah, look, I wouldn't change anything for the world on that one, Turtle. I can't change I can't change who I am. And if we made more, we could probably actually make things easier for myself as well. Just on handcrafting, how much did I craft by hand with my sushi? On handcrafting? Oh, not much. Handcrafting I avoided whenever possible. Okay, so then if we go with construction bots, which I'm pretty sure we have right here. There we go. He avoids handcrafting but loves hand building. That's true. That is true. Hand building is fun. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Doesn't mean to be I'm staring at the man in the mirror. Starting with the man in the mirror sounds like you're fighting him. But you know, sometimes you gotta fight the man in the mirror too, I guess. Gotta give him the old 1-2. The old fisticuffs. The old how about them apples? Yeah, I don't need these. You can put those back. Ah. Wait, Michael Jackson, really? Okay. Where's that spider that I... Okay, and that spider is going to be green. We go like a nice darker green. There we go. And we're going to fill it with landfill. If I can figure out where landfill was made. Right over there. Congratulations, we filled a spider with landfill. I could argue that's not really filling a spider with landfill. I'm not here to argue. Oh, we can't do that anyway. Okay, well that's fine. We'll who needs that many pipes anyway? No one. No one needs that many pipes. Not in this society. Come on now, game. Don't be like that. Okay, now let me pick up the bloody spider. Okay. Don't need those. Don't really need that. Don't need those. Can I pick up my spider now? Thank you. Okay, back to work. Oh, crap. I just remembered what work was. Work is the reason why we were doing that spider, because we actually can't do... can we build a remote? We can. We're good then. We go. Put that steel out there. We're just going to wait for these trains to get out of my way. They'll do shortly. There's probably a train in here somewhere. Or is it coal train? Because I don't see the copper train. Oh, there's the copper train, rather. Okay. And when that happens, then we'll be sweet. Awesome. My man's lazy is setting up 15 intricately connected assemblers. Someone is filling inventory of iron and steel and chips, just clicking on whatever you like to have in 6 minutes time. That's true. I'm building a remote in person, isn't that like an oxymoron? Interesting. One could argue that, yeah. I could see that argument. You know what? We're probably fine. What's the worst that could happen if we just went against the grand order of things? As long as we don't crash into a train on the way, we'll be okay. I don't think we will. No, I don't think we will. Yeah, we're good now. That should have stopped us, but it didn't. Oh! Oh! I understand why that coal train broke now, because someone Never connected its fuel line to power. Oh. Trains need fuel. Oh. Oopsies. Look at that, now it can have fuel. How exciting. I'm really the architect of my own destruction, aren't I? Alright, off we go again. Hey, there's another train there. Ah. Oh, it's the coal train. It's just picking up the coal. Nice. Means we're going to drop off some coal. There's no radar there, so we actually have no idea what's going on. We at some point might need stone. That's probably going to happen at some point. I don't know where we get it from. Stone is kind of rare. Kind of interesting. Still think electric train should be in this game. I think there are electric train mods. I know that's not quite what you meant, but pretty sure there are mods for it. Anyway, we're going to be traveling for a while and with not much else to do, so that means free cat time. Because everyone needs a free cat. I think you guys have deserved it. Okay. It's sniffing a flower. Is this a prop? I never really know what you guys consider a prop. I don't even care anymore, to be honest. Look at a cat. Tell me if it's great. Look at its distinguished little face. That's what matters. Meanwhile, we're traveling multiple kilometers. And next time we come across stone, we'll do a landfill mine. If we come across stone and iron near each other, we'll make some rails. He looks like a gentle soul. Oh, of course he is. He's smelling a flower. Or as Panda and I say, he's sniffing. He looks like someone who would only swipe at you when you got too close. In other words, a cat. Oh god. This train line is so long and it's not even at 10% yet. Dude sniffing. That seems not a great cat. What a... Chat is being brutal towards cats today. First we get a type cat and then we get a... No? Heck. I don't know if I can give you guys another cat right now. You demon grey cats all over the place. Anyway. Yeah, so haircut happened today. That was... I think the guys didn't... I didn't really understand what he was saying, so I just agreed with him, and then he just went, alright, and then he just went straight through the middle. And I was like, okay. This is my look now. So I called up Panda in advance and said, yeah, I think they took off a lot more than SeiferKatt Sniff and Win. I don't really have any more... Oh, hello. I don't really have any more slots. So probably not anytime soon, I'm afraid. These might be the icons we get for a while, unless we change them around. But for now, that's what we've got, and I'm pretty happy with what we've got at the moment. Got a nice little cohesive theme going, which is something I could never do because I am not an artist. Cohesive theme is not in my repertoire. What about a motif? Oh, that's a very good question. What about a motif? Decorative image or design? I think so. I don't think it's in my motif either. I don't think I motif. I don't really do a repeated image. Aliet motif. Okay, you guys just making me Google things now, being like, what does that word mean? Aliet motif. A recurrent theme through a musical literary composition. I mean, I suppose. Why are they stormtroopers? Why are they stormtroopers with like a marching band of stormtroopers? I don't know, but I'm kind of cool with that. Oh, leitmotif. Oh, not yet. It's. I see. And now I'm just on TV tropes, which is something we never really want to be in. Get out of there. We can get out of TV tropes. It's a dangerous place to be. One should never end up in TV tropes. It will destroy you if you're not careful, and I am never careful. So my two goals today, aside from expanding, is I would like to expand to the point of I might have some time for TV tropes. I might. And we could always open up Firefox and see what we look at. You know what? No, in the meantime, I know what I've got time for. I got a time for a story. It's story time. A D&D story time, so that might not be great, but whatever. I'm going to go with it anyway. So, I've told you guys that I've been playing Tomb of Annihilation for about a year and a half now with a group of friends. It's been a very stable group. It's been we play like once every 2-3 weeks when we get the chance. We've had a rogue in our and so no. So Tomb of Annihilation, if you don't know, is a D&D module is very, very hard. It is famous for killing people, right? Killing players. And we all signed up on this knowing what we were getting into. And our party has been completely deathless. And we've done very, very well. The number of times we've almost died is innumerable, but we've managed to get through everything. Yeah, Tomb of Annihilation and a rogue. So our rogue has a tendency to be a rogue, which is to go, hey guys, I've got a great plan, just stay here and disappear into the shadows. Like Nick Fury. I guess Nick Fury's a rogue. But anyway, he just sort of vanishes, and then I go, I'm sending my fairy with it, with the rogue, and then I go, okay, I'm going to bail the rogue out again. It happened a lot. Anyway, so the rogue went, hey guys, I've got a great plan, I'm going to do that. The door slammed shut on them and they had to fight two reasonably tough monsters on their own, which they did. They survived on their own. There was no way we could got to them and they survived on their own. And we're just like, damn, that's pretty impressive. Anyway, we're traveling along and I'm trying not to do spoilers or anything of how we got into places because, you know, maybe you want to do Tomb of Annihilation. I want you to fall for the same traps we did. But anyway, we got into this hard fight, and the party got separated, like, immediately. By the very nature of the fight, everyone's just in their own way. So I'm just sprinting, trying to find the party, and I'm just lost. Just completely. And our rogue, who is now, again, separated, and low health from the last time. How long is this railway? It's about 7% of the map now. It's about 15 minutes. We're getting there, though. We'll be there soon. This is why we tell stories. So the rogue is, after doing the fight against 2v1 and winning it, they get separated from the party again without having a full chance to heal. And they have to fight a scary, scary Minotaur. And they're like, I'll just outrun the Minotaur. And the DM's like, yeah, it moves faster than you because you're a deep gnome. A Swebnervlin. And it's like, okay, so I will just try and make it laugh itself to death. Failed. Make it laugh itself to death. Failed. Do this. Failed. Do this. Failed. Just everything was failing. Every single plan they had was failing, and no one could get to them. Meanwhile, the rest of the party is like also dying. And so unfortunately, by the time I managed to get the rest of the party, picked the two of the other members of the party up, because I was never in danger. I was at near full health the entire encounter because I didn't find anyone. Yes, Maurice the coward. His name's Maurice. But anyway, so I saved two of them, and then we watched the rogue get hacked to pieces. And we're just like, no! Our rogue! Our friend is dead! And it's like, well, we can't even bring them back because that's how... The whole point of the campaign is raise dead spells do not work right now. So we can't even raise them from the dead. But instead, I'm going to just throw out some bars of adamantium. It's been one of those games. Throw out some bars of adamantium, and I'm going to store the rogue in my backpack with Death's Grace. So that way, if we cast it every 10 days, we can bring them back. So now this whole you can't resurrect people has become personal. Because we can't bring back our friend who has saved us in good times and bad. Until we finish the quest. So now we've got to finish the quest for our dear friend Nimbrel. I don't, yeah, so we just lost a party member. They'll get to make a new character because the DM's not going to say, like, you're abandoned from the game. Hey, dear Ichla, I pronounced that wrong. But, yeah, anyway, how much further we got to go? How'd that story go for us? You know what, we're almost there. Brilliant, that story did just fine. But yeah, so the party is really just devastated right now because after a year and a half, we finally lost our first player character. I mean, this is a party that has literally fought a dragon, fought a beholder, fought like a band of pirates. Admittedly, I've gone the wrong way with order of terrifiedness. Yeah, I did consider that joke. Like, this is a party that has just survived ridiculous things. We've survived we've survived gods. But, well, kind of. God beasts, not actual gods. But, yeah, we've, fought hard and, we lost someone. Honestly, I'm surprised I wasn't the first one to die. I think I was the closest to dying one time when I was in the gullet of a monster at 2 death saves failed, and I was going to be taking confirmed acid damage next turn, and our bard teleported inside the monster's mouth. Yeah, that's what our bard did, and cast heal on me while I was inside the monster's mouth. They did the Drax thing. Its skin is too tough on the outside. I'm going inside. Yeah, that's pretty much what the rogue did. Thankfully, during that fight, I was able to do some damage. Like, I wasn't able to beat the party physically, but I was able to cast some spells into it. So I cast Sickening Radiance. So basically, everything just glowed with nuclear radiation. Because there is a nuclear radiation spell in D&D 5th Ed, if you believe that. If you don't, let's look up Sickening Radiance. You've had a party member and plays inside, teleport inside a monster. I'll read out Sickening Radiance and tell me that this is not like a radiation spell. Oh crud, we've arrived. Give me a second. We're gonna get to the Sickening Radiance first, and then we'll keep doing stuff. Get out of here, Ed. Sickening Radiance. Oh my god, it's so sickening. Come on, give me Sickening Radiance. Oh, it's not working because for some reason I was looking at Druid spells. Why was I looking at Druid spells? Who knows? Maybe I lost all will to live. That seems reasonable. Sickening Radiance. Dim greenish light spreads centered on a point you choose. The light spreads around corners. When you enter it, you take Constitution saving throw. If you fail, you take radiant damage and suffer exhaustion. Exhaustion, by the way, can kill you. So, yeah, I just cast radiation on things sometimes. Because that's who I am as a person. There is supposed to be extra construction bots. Oh, there is. Okay, good. There we go. Can we pick this up now? We can. Excellent. Back this train's ass up. Take less damage per round inside them than outside. That's really funny. Yeah, that's the way you live, right? Okay. And we've got a remote for this guy. We'll connect. There we go. Go, buddy. Go cause trauma. Now, generally, I don't want to use this guy that often. This is only when I've got to do, like, routes back. So this is not a combat spider. This is a support spider. I think we've got enough combat spiders right now anyway. I could have just made this train go forward a bit more. Train's just going to zoom under my legs, isn't it? Maybe? Yeah, here it comes. It's proof that I've done it wrong. Yeah, it's always sad to lose a party member. Thankfully, you know, we haven't lost a friend in real life, so that's the main thing. Oh, it just stops right in front of me too. That train's mocking me. Sorry everyone, my phone is ringing, which usually means my wife. I'll be back in a moment, everyone. I've just got to do some baby duty stuff, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Sorry about that, everyone. I have returned. The nappy has been changed. We have a dry baby. You always want to have a dry baby. Trust me on that. Anyway, let's go back to Factorio, eh? Probably a cool trick. Thank you very much. Good to be back. GG on my dry baby. Yeah, exactly. It does also mean we had a wet baby, which I don't really want that often, but that's okay. You know, manages. Okay. We'll just drive this forwards and then we'll continue onwards with our reckless and wild adventure. We have added more train carriages to the train, which is probably a bad idea. Does mean it's going to use a lot more fuel, but then again, we've got a carriage that's like entirely fuel, so I think fuel's not a problem.
Thanks for your support.
Hey, Zoe, thank you so much for the 1 month. 1 month? Thank you so much for the subscription. It's 1 month, sure, but also, the most important thing is... Meow! You get your meow! Really appreciate it. I mean, 1 month is the important month, right? It's the first one. Alright. Yeah. The long cat is very popular, as I'm sure you know. It was about time? Oh, well, I mean, thank you very much for the support. I mean, no one has to support, of course, but if they want to, that's, you know, we're going to say no. I mean, I could say no, but I'm not gonna, because I'm not gonna. All right, so let's moving on. Let's moving on. There we go. A journey of 1,000 subs starts with a single month. That's true. That's how memes work, right? Trade-off is I have to design your advanced oil processing. I mean, that's easy. I mean, that's easy. I can show you what I've got. What is your problem? Maybe that's the issue. Is it because you've got a certain size that you are wanting? I'm more than happy to have a look. But I mean, keep in mind my designs are sketchy at best and downright destructive at worst. I'll have a look. I just want to make sure that no one's sneaking around the outside, because that's happened to me before. Okay, we found stone. Excellent. Trying to do a much larger build and then make it look pretty and uniform. Hmm. Okay. I mean, one thing I always recommend is make sure the cracking is got like a signal on it, like on the pumps. That's always a very important thing. Working with 128 refineries, my goodness, that's more refineries than I've ever worked with. So maybe you want to space them out and like have 4x4 rows or something. Goodness, that's a scale that I do not ever work with. You're mega basing. I don't mega base. I artisanally micro base. Okay, just charging forward does seem to do a lot more damage to myself and will take a long time to fix. But what matters is something else that's happened here. So we're going to go back here and we're going to make some landfill. Now, the idea of this is not to make lots of landfill or even fast landfill. It's just to make it. Right? So, oh wait, hang on. Do this properly. Once in your life, Seif, do something properly. Okay, excellent. And then what we're going to do... something like this. right? And then we're going to make landfill. Now, this will not be very fast because we're going to be doing solar panels, and also I don't care about very big numbers. Okay. Brilliant. And then box it up. Okay. That's my plan. Sorry, what is that? It clearly needed to be there. What am I doing? Aside from creating a mess. Nothing. Need was never the driving factor. Just to see if you can. Was a good one. Yo, blue spider, can you come over here and just deal with that, please? Thank you. So, how much power will this thing take? It will require lots of power. All up, this thing requires 7 megawatts of power. Wonderful. Where are my solar panels? There they are. Okay. Whew. Now, if I do this, will fit, right? Yeah. So this will generate 900 kilowatts. Okay. Wait, how many did we need? 7 megawatts, and this produces. Oh wait, so I should just do one more of these. That should do it. Hubris. We ran out of solar panels. Okay, that'll do. On the basis that we have no other choice. I am a fool. Wait. Stop. What the heck is going on here? You know, these are all in the wrong place. Supposed to be like that. No, they're not. Like that. Oh, I see why I was confused now. I'm silly. Okay, and then we'll put the stone away. And that'll make landfill up until the point that we run out. I mean, it's got plenty of stone, 83. Look, it's a good start. We might as well park this guy over there. Yeah, let's move on. We don't have near the solar panels I wish we did, and it's not going to work at night. That's okay. I knew my limitations when I started this. But we're going to need a lot more solar panels if we're going to do the same thing with rails, because that's going to be also smelting. But then again, No, no, it's going to take a lot more. Yeah, I was about to say, but then again, we don't need to create landfill. That's not helpful. Landfill is not the problem there. Okay. Okay, my buggy little friends. Oh, actually, let's change that to actually have my lasers. Okay, the damage has started. Good. You love to see it. I love to see it. Okay, now that the damage has started there, we're going to go swing back in. Deal some more damage. Oh, they hate it. They hate it so much. And I'm not their friends, so I don't really care what they hate. Could you imagine a game where you're friends with the biters? Ugh. Disgusting. Any game where you can be friends with bugs is the worst. Is there a game where you can, like, ally with bugs? Please tell me. I wish to boycott it. And it's like, actually, see if it's one of your favorite games in the world. Oh, damn, I forgot. I wish to boycott any game where you can be friends with bugs. Unless you're playing as the bugs. That doesn't count. StarCraft? Shit, I forgot. I like playing the Zerg. You know what? You don't ally with the Zerg, though. And anytime you ally with the Zerg in StarCraft, it's a bad idea. And playing as the bugs is not the same as allying as the bugs. You know, it's like if you're playing... what's the game? Hearts of Iron. If you're playing as Nazi Germany, you're not allying with the Nazis, so it's okay. You're a biter and you fight off the egomaniac that's trying to kill your planet with reckless abandon. Oh, look at that, we missed one. That could have been bad. It's a bad idea, but you still do it. That's just Jimmy Rain is an idiot. Don't get me wrong, I love Marshall Rayner, but he's an idiot. He keeps falling for the same sob story. At least fall for a new sob story, Jimmy Rayner. Actually, you know, I suppose he's not a marshal by, like, mission what, 4? Zzzt. Don't scare me with that RimWorld zzzt stuff. Is there a fire somewhere and I haven't noticed it? Name one person in StarCraft that isn't an idiot or killed off immediately. I was gonna say Tassadar, but he's not killed off immediately. Zeratul? No, Zeratul's an idiot. Actually, yeah, Kerrigan isn't an idiot. Like, she knows that she can keep playing Jimmy Rayner for a fool. You know, if you can keep playing someone as a fool, then you know you're doing well. I read a line the other day. It's like, as my father always used to say, there's always someone stupider than you. Actually, he always said that to other people. Actually, he never said it to me. Hang on a second. She keeps getting into situations where Rayner is her best option. Look, Rayner is dependable, though. Like, Rayner being her best option isn't saying, like... Because Rayner is actually very good at getting shit done. He's just not very smart to her ploys. Like, oh no, the only thing this person does that helps me in everything, the only flaw is that they believe me every single time. Yeah, no, I mean that's not a flawed ally. That's a brilliant ally to have. If I had an ally that believed me every time I backstabbed them, that'd be brilliant. That's the like, oh, the only thing that can save me is the thing that wins every single battle. Yeah, okay, sure, I'll take that. Always side with Deus Ex Machina. You know, why would you not side with Deus Ex Machina of Jimmy Rayner? Keeps getting into shit she could have avoided. Yeah, but, you know, she gambles and she wins. She's like friggin' Charlie Sheen. She keeps winning. She can't lose. Except for, I guess, the time that Charlie Sheen lost. It's not the point. I mean, yeah, she always bets on red. Sometimes red doesn't win, but it's okay because Raina bet on black, and it all works out in the end. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you've got the ultimate safety net, why not? It reminds me of the family that lost everything in Lotto. Like, I don't remember where this was. It was this family that spent like their entire life savings, sold their house, sold all their possessions to buy infinite, like, well, not infinite, but huge number of lottery tickets. And then they lost, right? Obviously they lost because it's the lottery. And so they like did this whole sob story online saying, "Oh, now we have no way to live. We've got no possessions. We've got no home. We've got nothing. Please help us." And people of the goodness of their hearts helped them, because people are, generally pretty good. And they were like, "Wow, thank you so much. Now next time we know we can buy more tickets and we'll definitely win next time." And it's like, "Oh my God, you learned nothing." It, it was like, oh wow, all these people just like out of the goodness of their heart opened their wallets to help you, and you're just like, well, we'll win the lottery next time. No, you won't. You won't win the lottery next time. You should have learned to not play it. Your chances of winning are so infinitesimal, and yet you're still like, well, people bailed us out. I guess we'll do it again. I would be so mad if I was one of those people that helped them out, but I wouldn't help them out because I'm like, no, you made your bed, lie in it. Bailing stupid people out for the bad decisions is the government's job, not mine. Stupid doesn't learn. Always suffers consequences, but stupid enough to keep doing it. Yeah, that's true. Are you saying Kerrigan is those lottery those? Because I said lottery winners, lottery losers. Hmm, it's true. I suppose. But I mean, the bigger loser is Raina for keep believing her. It was just like, okay, that's fair. I don't know. I just think if you've got an eternal trump card, go for it. But I guess it doesn't mean you keep winning. It just means Raina keeps winning and you keep going, nah, it was actually my win, bro. And he goes, oh man, in his like southern accent. Ah, geez, I fell for it again. It was like, Raina, you're an idiot. It's like, yeah, but look at her. She's got like flesh wings. And what wouldn't a man do for a... Nope, you know what? I saw what I was saying there, and I'm going to back the hell out of that one. Rainer is the biggest of fools. Yeah, that's true. Dig up, exactly. No, the answer is stop that line, like that line of conversation. Can Kerrigan fly? She does kind of have wings, right? I don't know, like, do the wings have membranes? Can she fly with them? You can fly, but only in cutscenes. Valid. That's reasonable. She'd be OP otherwise. I always found it funny, like, Kerrigan, like, so the whole thing with, like, a lot of the hero characters in StarCraft, or even Warcraft, is that they're just regular characters, except, more, like, better stats. Like, Jimmy Raynor, he is a vulture, when you first see him, with better stats. He is a marine with better stats, and a battle cruiser with better stats. Like, he's always just a guy with better stats, right? Tassadar, same thing. Artanis, same thing. That dragoon who like died in the first mission, same thing. What was that guy's name? I don't remember. He wasn't a dragoon. He was a zealot, and then he died, and then became a dragoon. She just flies off. She got Princess Leia's powers. That's the answer. Hunter killer hydralisks were badass. Yeah, sure. Look, but you get what I'm saying. Like all those things are just like, oh, it's the thing with better stats. right? Totally fine. You're allowed to have a thing with better stats. Why is Kerrigan not just an infested Terran with better stats? Because she is, right? Oh, Kerrigan was originally a ghost with better stats, but then she's like the only one that gets like her own like friggin' model and her own like set of skills. Just she's a completely unique character. Because infested Terrians have exactly one move, and it is kaboom. Well, yeah, exactly. But why doesn't Kerrigan just explode? Why doesn't Ross, the biggest of the friends, simply eat the other 5 friends? You know, it's just she should have the same move as infested Terrans. That's all I'm saying. She should explode, and that would be it. You just attack with her, she explodes, and it's mission end. Kerrigan died. And you're just like, oh. Then she isn't there to cause problems. I mean, that's the actual reason, obviously, but okay. That was a good little jaunt. You know what, actually, what we should do is have this guy follow you. Follow me. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. I just realized why we don't want to do that. Well, actually, right now we do. How's this going? Oh, wow, it's actually making some. Short Zerg campaign. I mean, what? Kerrigan didn't come into play until like the third, fourth mission. Because the first mission was protect this egg. The second mission was protect this egg. The third mission was protect this egg until it hatches. And then it's like, oh, hey, it's Kerrigan. And the player goes, what? Which I think that was a cool moment in gaming. Can we agree on that? My creation is complete. Boom. Oh. Blew me. Yeah, it totally blew my mind as well. Like, holy shit, Kerrigan is back. And she's got the reverb. Damn, girl, you got some real reverb on you. I always love characters in games that have reverb, you know? Give me like some sort of weird, distorted, twisted echo. It was a cool move, exactly, because you know Kerrigan's dead. You never thought that the Overmind was going to bring her back. And you're just protecting this egg for a few missions, and you're just like, alright, well, this egg has to be protected, I suppose. You don't know why. Like, I ask you seriously, did anyone see the egg and go, I bet you that's Kerrigan? Did anyone say that? If you did, I mean, good for you. But I'm willing to bet no one saw that egg and went, that's Kerrigan. If you did, I mean, I'm gonna call you a liar. I'm sorry. I just am. But yeah. There's probably one person and no one was more surprised they were right than they were. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think they'd do it. You know, we're gonna put that there, that there. Okay. Maybe even that like that. Always one guy who's like, ah, actually, I always knew it was gonna be that. I always knew the plot twist. Yeah, cool, man. Really awesome of you. Oh, the good old Plankton has the Krabby Patty secret formula. What would you do next? I don't know. Never thought I'd get this far. I've seen the meme. I've never watched SpongeBob, but I know the meme. Is the Krabby Patty secret formula just crab meat? I don't know. It just seems like something weird that show would do. You ever find out? Grab meat then. Its own flesh. Isn't his like daughter a whale or something? Isn't that like a thing? Oh, we've got stone and we've got iron pretty close. Pearl. Oh, okay. And that deep SpongeBob lore today. Not deep SpongeBob lore, that's probably like surface level SpongeBob lore. I mean, part of me wants to like make a railway segment out of this, but I don't think we need to yet. We need to get like a whole bunch more solar panels to see if we get that working. Or my exoskeletons, there they are. Deep SpongeBob lore sounds like a naughty video, probably. Wouldn't put it past him. Not after what Rocco's modern life was. Hello. Oh, hello. Goodness. So eager to die. Afraid of dying, aren't you? In that case, you shouldn't be fighting at all. I don't know why, that line always resonated with me as a teenager. Thanks, Gundam Wing. The Squidward clones? Why is there Squidward clones? Man, I loved Gundam Wing. You have no idea. Like Gundam Wing and Cardcaptor Sakura were like my favorite anime for the longest time. Now it's just Cardcaptor Sakura. Man, Gundam Wing, I must have watched that like 3 or 4 times. Like, was it particularly good? I don't even really know. But I loved it. You've not seen it? Uh, right. 1995 anime. It's pretty stock standard. It is Gundam, you know. If you've seen Gundam, you'll see all the tropes you expect to see. You know, there'll be a guy with a mask. I mean, Gundam is like a classic franchise. It's been around since the 70s, I think. Maybe 80s. I think 70s. But there's just like a bunch of tropes that they do over and over in Gundam because it's very important. You've got to have like some sort of super soldier who is a teenager, or multiple super soldiers that are teenagers. You've got to have, of course, the giant robot suits are always important. You've got to have a guy with a mask. Guy with a mask is very important. Who's usually the villain, but like some sort of sympathetic villain. So it's Final Fantasy VIII. No? Why would you say 8? What's the 8 connection? Oh, super soldiers, right. Sometimes they're mercenaries, sometimes they're like freedom fighters, sometimes they're actual soldiers like in the military. That all sort of changes depending on what their base operations for the series is. Generally it's got a little bit of like a pacifist theme, like the fact that you've got to go to war to like get peace. Like the only way that you can get true peace is to kill everyone. School of the Teenage Soldier. I like how 8 is the only Final Fantasy you've played. Like that is the least representative of Final Fantasy, and I mean I love it, but and also at some point they try to drop an interstellar colony on, well not interstellar, but like a colony that orbits the Earth onto the planet to create like a massive death toll. Inevitably, though, someone will try to do that at least once per Gundam series. And it's like, oh, this is a Gundam series that's only 3 episodes long. Will they try to drop a colony on the planet? Yes. Will they succeed? Usually not, but sometimes they do, and that's very exciting. Colony drop. I love the colony drop. It's just the ultimate FU. And it's like the heroes are inevitably just trying to break the colony apart or stop the colony drop happening, and it's just always like this tense moment of holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, and everyone's in the show is just going holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, because it's just like the worst thing. First, a lot of civilians are going to die. Second, a lot of civilians are going to die on the colony side, assuming it's a manned colony, which it sometimes is. It's just, oh god, Gundam is very much about like war sucks. People will die, war sucks, don't get attached to anyone. Oh, it's good stuff. I've probably seen like a few Gundam. I've probably seen like 5 or 6 Gundam series. And I've enjoyed them to some degree. Or whatever changes. Yeah, colony drops. Colony drops never change. And it's a fairly good series. I'd probably recommend if anyone's like looking at Gundam. I think Seed is like the classic one these days, like the one that people go, "Oh yeah, this one's just a good one." Because it's just the basics. It's basically a retelling of the original, though I understand, which is, I mean, you can have a retelling of the original. The original was apparently good. Um, but yeah, it's just good stuff. Um, yeah, I mean, again, if you don't really like, the thing you got to know about Gundam series is most of them are 50 episodes long, which is translated too freaking long. Like, no one wants that. Yeah, G Gundam is a. To be fair, G Gundam is the most tonally different from every Gundam series I've ever seen. What if Giant Robots and Dragon Ball Z was the same series? Why would you do that? I don't know, but they did. They asked that question. Sorry, what if... No, let's get this one correct. What if Dragon Ball Z and robots and kinda racism was the same show? They did get magical girl transformations. And also, don't forget kinda racism. Kinda racism was a very important part of G Gundam. Because every Gundam was based off, like, Neo whatever the heck country. And so, like, I can't remember, was Neo Mexico I feel like Neo Mexico was a cactus wearing like one of those long capes, like a gunslinger type thing. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. Oh boy, G Gundam was an absolute delight. And by that I mean just an absolute mess. We're running out of landfill already. Yikes. Oh my god, it was so overacted, G Gundam. Don't get me wrong, it was weird, but I kinda love it. I never finished watching it, to be fair. I watched like 20 episodes, 10, 15 episodes. The numbers going down every time I say it. But it was just dumb things like a martial artist running up a hail of bullets from like a giant robot suit. Like jumping from bullet to bullet. It wasn't a cactus, but it did have cactus parts on its right arm. Also, Tequila Gundam. Anyway, as I said, kind of racist. Oh, I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not good. That's not good. Oh. I think Gundam is better when they don't try to do real world locations. Oh, goodness. They don't tend to like do weird shit. And the manga can throw its sombrero as a weapon. Of course it frickin' can. Of course it can. Why wouldn't it? Yeah, G Gundam wasn't serious though, was it? G Gundam, I think, is the least representative of Gundam. Did they try to do a colony drop in G Gundam? I didn't see it far enough to see a colony drop. Can I please get confirmation of a colony drop? I'm willing to bet they did, because it wouldn't be G Gundam if they didn't try to do a colony drop. I mean, Cowboy Bebop is like the, hey, do you want to watch anime for the first time but you don't know where to start? Cowboy Bebop is the answer. You watch the anime in preparation for watching the Netflix series, and then you've got around to watching the Netflix series. Yeah, I watched like the first couple of episodes again, like just to rewatch them and went, oh man, Cowboy Bebop is so good. And then I just heard all the like people going, the Netflix series isn't great. I was like, oh, well, okay. But Cowboy Bebop, the anime, is just, that is the, I want to watch anime, but I don't know where to start thing. You know, if you are like of an age where Cowboy Bebop is acceptable. The End has an evil Gundam the size of several colonies head to Earth to destroy it. Oh wow, the colony drop wasn't serious enough for them, so they were like, well, rather than just give a nuclear winter type situation, we're just going to wipe out the planet. Okay. Where were they going to live? Orbiting the destroyed planet? I suppose you could. G Gundam was silly, but I mean, the start of it was all just arena fighting, like one-on-one arena battles, like, how do I beat this guy? Oh, I just remembered Neo Canada was a lumberjack. Like both the pilot and the Gundam. The big lumberjack. I'm trying to remember what other ones. Neo Japan was just a Gundam. So, of course it was. Neo France had like a whip and roses and shit. Because of course it did. Oh, I'm trying to remember more of them. It was stupid. I think Gundam Wing and G Gundam came out like about a year separated from each other, because a lot of the art style's the same and the assets, like sound assets, they do share. But it's just like going from one to the other is so tonally different. You know, one going pacifism is the only true way to end war, even if it does mean like being oppressed. Two, magical girl transformations and kicking in a robot suit. Ah, so tonally different. And it's wonderful. Neo Britain Gundam pilot, Gentle Chapman. Please tell me that was actually his name. Gentle Chapman. Have they ever met the British? Oh my god, yes! That's actually his name? Oh my god. Oh, I forgot about the suits. I forgot about the terrible, terrible suits they wore in those things. Can I get a picture of, Chickaby Crockett, the American? Chickaby Crockett, the American pilot, of course. Oh my god. I want to find a picture of his suit. The Britain Gundam. Give me a picture. Give me just a picture of it. Not really finding it. Oh, it's got the friggin' hats that the Queen's Guards wear. Of course it does. Of course it does. Yes! It's got the Palace Guard hat. Yes, it does. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, shit. I would have ended this if I wasn't being entertained by this bullshit. Good work, Gentle Chapman. Was there an Australian one? Ooh. I wouldn't say it'd be a Foster's can. If I take a guess, it would probably be with the hats, with the corks. It's about the right era to do that joke repeatedly. It's like, I never see people like making that joke these days anymore. Australians wearing the cork hats, like that was a very 80s 90s thing. I mean, those hats even exist today, or people just use like fly spray or something. I don't know. I think those hats are just purely novelty. I don't think anyone ever wore those hats seriously. Like tourists. A drop bear Gundam. Okay, now we've got to see. Was there a G Gundam Australia? Was there a G Gundam? Oh, you know what? It looks like it was only in the comic, and you thought the wrong way round. There was an Australian Gundam apparently in the manga. It's a kangaroo with boxing gloves. Honestly, should have thought about that one. You didn't think hard enough on that one. It was obvious when you think about it. Could have been worse. Could have been better. As I said, G Gundam, kinda racist. But in a lovable kind of way, like a lovable childish kind of way. Rather than like, still not great. Could be worse, could be better. Oh, I mean, it absolutely could have been worse. But I mean, a kangaroo punching, I mean, that's a classic. I can see it. It would jump around, it would punch you. It's a classic, it's a classic. You can't go wrong with a kangaroo punching someone. I would have thought it'd be less anthropomorphic, but hey, there you go. Alright, looks like we've come to another ocean. These are always good. First, let's get rid of these worms. Neo Kenya has a Zulu warrior Gundam named Zebra. Oh, for God's sake. You know what? That one makes me less comfortable. Neo Australia is just good, clean fun. But I think when they go to Neo Africa, I'm like conditioned to be like, oh no, 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 no. Yeah. Making fun of like someone from a European nation. I mean, Australia is kind of pushing it on that one, I know, but look, they could have gone worse. Is fine. I'm okay with that.
Kicking for
Thank you
goodness.
for following Julia in. Sorry that you're coming into this conversation. This is a weird one. But yeah, I'm more comfortable with them making fun of like a European power than making fun of like an African power. Asian power is kind of different again because I mean, it's a Japanese show. Well, yeah, it's a Japanese show, so maybe that's okay. But then again, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. I wouldn't exactly go, "Hey, let's watch this show at like Cultural Sensitivity Weekly," because that seems like a bad idea. But hmm. Yeah, I mean, is the Kangaroo Gundam making fun of kangaroos? I think the kangaroos will get over it. The literal kangaroos will get over it. I think that'll be fine. It does remind me though of Civilization 4 when they introduced they introduced like a Polynesian race or something like that for Civ 4. And it's like the soldiers were Moldy, the leader was Hawaiian, and no, it was like there were three different cultures that they brought in as like the same race, and it's like they're not the same race. You can't just put all Polynesian cultures as one. And I was just like, what the heck? Because I think it was the Moldy Pa, which was like the defensive villages that they had, which were actually really good. I talked about those before. They're basically precursor to trench warfare. I say really good, I mean horrifying, but in the way that if you want to defend your place, that's probably a good way to do it. At least they didn't mess up the landfill that one time. Ooh, really? still going on me on that one, huh? Is there one Indian team in the Civ games? Wait, when you say Indian, do you mean Native American Indian, or do you mean like Indian as in... It's weird that they always had Gandhi as a leader in Civ games. Like, Gandhi was not a world leader. But they always made I think they've... The latest Civ game doesn't have Gandhi as a leader. I think they've gone to Chandragupta. But it's weird that they're like, you know who's a good leader? Like, for India, Gandhi. It's like, he wasn't a prime minister or a politician or a king or anything. Oh, India, India. India is a huge place with a lot of different things going on there. That's true. I mean, I can't deny that. But that's alright. Just put Gandhi as the leader of India. Same with China. That's true. I mean, in some cases, especially with cultures that have existed for a very long time, like, where do you put them? Right? It's both so big that there's massive regional differences, but also so big in culture. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's like, where do you put a culture that has existed for 4,000 years? Who is their leader? Because I guarantee they've had a lot of amazing leaders in their time. What leader do you go for? And it's probably really difficult to go with. And that's, I think, why civilization has started to do multiple leaders for a civilization. When you have stuff like Italy being only ancient Rome. Yeah, exactly. I find it funny, no offense, but I find it funny that Australia is a civilization in Civ 5, 6, whichever the most recent one is. Like, no offense to Australia. I love you guys over there, but I don't think you've really advanced civilization quite as much as, like, you know, the players for the last 4,000, 5,000 years. You're Australian, you agree? I mean, at least I kind of understand with the Moldy, like, they've got, like, again, not a big civilization, but it's really interesting with seafaring, I suppose. And I'm going to say this is a Kiwi. Double flushing toilets, hails hoists? But new on the scene, so to speak. Yeah. I mean, if it was, say, Aboriginal people of Australia, I'd be like, oh, I understand that. You know, to some degree. I get it. But having an Australian Prime Minister, who honestly, I don't know him. I don't know Australian Prime Ministers. Fair enough. But I would understand, like, you know, some of the, not like the, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. The indigenous peoples of lands are actually kind of interesting with what they did, considering that they did not have the huge wealth of information and trade that European powers had. I'm not saying, of course, I'm not saying primitive or anything like that. I'm not saying anything nearly nearsighted as that. But, you know, like, they didn't have a lot of trade with larger nations around the place. So, technology-wise, they didn't advance that way. But the Polynesian people, the Maori, like, amazing seafarers. Like, how far they got on these tiny, well, tiny comparatively boats. Amazing stuff. Like, they knew the waves, they knew the currents, they knew the sea. It's amazing. And hey, that's a fun way to play the game. And yeah, anyway, what I was saying is multiple leaders for these large nations or like old nations, such as like if they've been important for a long time. No offense to Egypt. I know Egypt is a great country. I'm sure. People love Egypt. Egyptians still exist, obviously. But let's be honest, when everyone thinks of Egypt, they think of, like, you know, pharaohs, they think of the pyramids, they think of, like, that era. I know a lot has happened in Egypt since then, obviously it has. But, hey, that's their claim to fame. Same with Italy, really. You know, ancient Rome, amazing stuff. And I mean, ancient Rome lasted for a long time, but hell, even if you just went with ancient Rome, like, you know, the Roman Empire, depending on which leader you have, you've actually got a very, very Pharaoh Gundam for G Gundam. Of course, does it look like a big Pharaoh? Like a big Tutankhamun type death mask thing? I know it does. I don't even need to click on it. Of course it does. But, you know, even with like Egyptian or Roman Empire, like depending on where you go, like they're very different cultures. You know, and so maybe Italy is not what people think of when they think of like a strong Italy. They think Rome, which is, I think, fine. My conclusion to this is Australia. When has been your time that you deserve to be in civilization? Gets back into it, twists the knife again. I reckon there's just one Australian guy on staff who's just like, crikey guys, Australia's pretty good. Like, Australia is pretty good. Ancient Egypt had archaeologists studying old ancient Egypt. Yeah. I mean, Egypt was powerful for a long time. And I mean, you know, you could make it sort of a similar argument for America, but I mean, when is America's time? I don't know, probably nowish. Probably like, you know, in the last couple of 100 years. There are far too many people here with far too high an opinion of Australia. Hey, I'm not saying that. I've already said enough. I've already shit talked Australia enough today. Modern Italy Gundam could be one of 26 non-distinguishable Gundams that Voltron assemble into the EU Gundam. Yes! Ah, goodness. Bigger the country, bigger the differences. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even just depending on the lay of the land, like if one area has like massive famines or like droughts or, you know, earthquakes, you know, that changes where the power struggle is in the nation. Power struggle is probably the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Like, a whole bunch of places are probably much more important, and then culture or environment changed, and then they just went, yeah, you know what, this isn't the place to be anymore. And then another place rose to power in that country. You know, the Imperial Palace gets moved, or whatever the hell you want to say about it. Oh, goodness. Welcome to the stream where we shoot bugs and just argue about civilization games and who is important. You know, Italy has the nearest Gundam piloted. You have got to be shitting me on that. That can't be real. I don't believe that one. I do believe that one, but I still want proof of that. Okay. G Gundam Italy. Oh God, of course you are not wrong. Oh no. Oh no. God damn it. God damn it, G Gundam. Every time I think you're not that bad, you just go, nah, actually, bro, you forgot. That was the American gangsters. I don't think the Italian gang mobsters did the Tommy gun thing. I could be wrong on that. And even then, I'm not sure the Americans really did it or if it's just movie. I mean, it's hard to say with Japan. Japan probably could have done it. Japan does not shy away from something. If they're not sexual, Japan would probably just draw it and then censor it for like TV, blur it, you know. See, the David Gundam would be amazing. And that's a bit more respectable than the Mafia Gundam, right? Because then you bring out the Renaissance, you bring out, or like the Leonardo Gundam. Which, speaking of which, if anyone's seen the new Spider-Verse movie, what an awesome Vulture. What an awesome way to depict Vulture. Like, I loved it. It was so good. Made me so happy. I would love more of that, honestly. Alright, we're getting some damage done. ATSV. Doesn't help. Oh, yeah, Nero played the fiddle as Rome burned. That's true. ATSV. Across the Spider-Verse. Right, yes, okay. Sorry, that for some reason it broke my mind, even though I was just talking about it. Oh, yeah, I don't know if the third, what's this guy's name? Current Spider-Man. What's his name? Oh my goodness, I've forgotten his name. I can see his face. I can hear. No, 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 the actor. I can hear Anthony Mackie talking shit about him. What's his name? Tom Holland, thank you. I liked the third Tom Holland one, No Way Home, but part of me makes it, wonders if maybe the nostalgia is what I loved most about it. I mean, it was a good film, don't get me wrong, but yeah, Tom Holland is what I was thinking. I like that. I can see his face and I can hear Anthony Mackie making fun of him. The two things you need to acknowledge about Tom Holland. Speaking of Anthony Mackie, I see that Twisted Metal show is available now to watch. I assume it's crap. Had it like showing it like the at like some E3 game show, or where E3 game show would be, and it's just like, this looks terrible. Like, if I see a Twisted Metal show, what I want to see is like car combat. Why was it all just like hand-to-hand combat with like Sweet Tooth? Like, no one wants that shit, right? Everyone just wants to see cars exploding and special moves. That's all I wanted to see from a Twisted Metal show. I don't even like cars, but Twisted Metal, the original, was a good game. Barely remember Twisted Metal, but it should have been rated R, or that was never going to work. What, the show? Yeah. I mean, I just want to see cars exploding, cars firing rockets, like rolling over a power up and just going as like a rocket comes out of the side, and you go, oh! Which is the sound that Seif makes when he sees something that makes him excited. Oh! All right. Blood, gore, sex, the whole thing. I don't know if we need blood and sex or gore. I just want to see cars exploding. I don't want to see Anthony Mackie fighting hand-to-hand combat with a clown. I don't care. Just don't. I remember there was a time like where there was probably about a year where we never like me and my group of friends would get together. We would just rent Twisted Metal World Tour, which was the second one, and then we'd just play that until like 3 in the morning until we all passed out from exhaustion. And I don't mean to brag or anything, but I was probably the best at that game in the versus mode. Just saying. Is it because I would just play the flamethrower guy and just get really close to people? Absolutely. And I would do it again too. I just feel like Twisted Metal is another one of those franchises that just sort of ended at some point. Like, they kept making games for it, but maybe they shouldn't have. Cheaty bastard. Absolutely. Look, if I'm playing a character that has a close range flamethrower, just stay away from me and you'll be fine. It's not that hard. Like, he wasn't the fastest. This also comes from a player who used to really love Pyro and Team Fortress. I was a good Pyro, though. You know how I know? Because I knew it was a shotgun. That's how you can tell the difference between a good Pyro and a bad Pyro in Team Fortress. Uh, I never played GoldenEye. Was it distinguishable from Death Race? I don't know what Death Race is. Hang on a moment. Uh, Death Race game? I don't know. Twisted Metal wasn't. Twisted Metal was basically an arena fighter with cars. I don't know. I don't know what Death Race is. So basically, you'd be in like a map that was not sprawling, but decent size, and you drive around, pick up power ups, and then just the goal was to defeat the enemy cars rather than to race them. Racing was not the point of Twisted Metal. Also, there was like the other game, Vigilante 8, which I remember enjoying that too. I didn't play a lot of GoldenEye. I played a little bit of it. Death Race was as close to Car Wars as you could get. Okay. That's the wrong music. That's clearly Star Wars. Okay. How far are we in? 7% yet? Oh wow, 7.4%. We're shamovin' today. On the FPS speed like GoldenEye. Death Race was the same with a race emphasis. Ah. If I can get to 8%, I'll be pretty happy today. Got winning the race but being the only survivor was a good strat. I mean, that just seems like any Future Wars game. Not Future Wars, Future Sport. There was a game that I really liked on the Xbox original, Death Row. No one played that, but it was very good. It was basically like I don't know how I'd describe it. So basically, your teams of 5, and the ball was a disc, and the goal was like a hoop that you had to throw it sideways through. But there were two ways of winning. One was just to get the highest points at the end of the game, and the other one was to knock out all your opponents. And it was like each arena like was actually kind of like it wasn't like just a circle arena. Like the construction crew had like two like tunnels that you could go like left or right, and so you couldn't see on the left or right side. So if they've taken the disc down the left, there's nothing you could do. Also, when you scored a goal, it would come out the back, and if you had another guy, you could jump there and then score a goal through the back side of the ring. So if their team has been injured or is like fighting somewhere else, you just be like goal, 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 goal. It was another game that me and my friend we brought our Xboxes together and linked them up for a weekend and just played a ton of Death Row. It did also bring me like when the game was loading, it would like have that classic head-to-head sort of pose, and it would have like ads for like their future network. And one of the ones that I always think about was a show called Convict Run. It was like Convict Run, 12 convicts, 11 snipers, 11 bullets. It's like, holy shit, what is this show? Why do I kind of want to watch it? Like, just future sports being like, hey, this world is absolute dystopian. Just Convict Run. And at some point, all the convicts are going to be killed or something. Like, one sniper's going to hit two people at once or something. Like, I don't know what that show is, but I kind of want to know, at least on a academic sense. I don't want to watch, like, the actual thing, but a video game version of it might be interesting. I mean, think about it. You've got, like, player versus player situation. You have 2 rounds. 1 round you're the convict, 1 round you're the sniper. Sweden had the Nobel Gundam. Guess what it looks like? Does it look like the Nobel Peace Prize? I don't even know what the Nobel Peace Prize looks like, but is that what it looks like? No? What does it look like? Oh, wait, Viking. It'll look like a Viking because Sweden. No. Don't know if I agree with that one either. Norway had the Vikings. Did Sweden not have Vikings as well? Oh wait, you mean Neo-Norway had Vikings? Funny how they all had these new Egypt, and what they do is they bring back like old stuff. Neo-Norway had the pilot named Eric the Viking. Oh, it's so racist. It's so racist. G Gundam, how'd you get away with this? We're talking about G Gundam, yeah. Most of Europe had Vikings, that's true. Okay, tell me about the Noble Gundam, please. Please tell me, what was the Noble Gundam? Or link me and then I'll share my distaste with chat. Oh, goodness gracious. G Gundam, you are the worst. Okay, Noble Gundam, let's have a look. Why does it look like Sailor Moon? Why is it Sailor Moon? I don't understand. How is that Sweden? At least that's positive, I suppose. Oh, like, more. Shut up, let this happen. Sorry. I apologize. What was I thinking, arguing about such frivolities? Pilot was the main character's love interest. Wait, really? I thought the main character's love interest was like the engineer girl, like his mechanic. As I said, I didn't finish watching the show, so maybe she got killed or something, I don't know. They do like to just be really insensitive towards female characters in Gundam sometimes. Which is funny, because sometimes Gundam has really good female characters, but they do like to just really treat them like trash. Oh, goodness. There's a little bit of a forest here. That one dealt with pretty quickly. Mechanic was also a love interest, of course. Of course there was a love triangle. What was I thinking? Silly me. Okay, we probably need to get out of the acid. It burns after all. Acid! It burns! That's my tagline for acid in case I need to do an advertising campaign. Just if it wasn't clear, I don't work in advertising. Acid! It tastes like burning. Just have Ralph Wiggum. Was it Ralph Wiggum? It tastes like burning. I feel like it was either Ralph or Millhouse. It was Ralph? Okay. How are the berries? Are they good? Yeah. How are the berries, Ralph? Are they good? It tastes like burning. That was the episode where they basically did Lord of the Flies, right? Neo Germany's pilot uses the German ninjutsu fighting style. I mean, I know I've got a few German watchers, so I think they're all going to agree that German ninjutsu is actually a very obvious thing in Germany. They're all trained German ninjutsu at a young age. Can I have a German watcher please confirm this? I'd appreciate that. For some reason, I think a German Gundam would probably just look like a knight. He also wears a ninja mask and the colors of the German flag. I mean, yeah, that's just Germany. Like, that's not even. That's just what Germany is. You know what I reckon that was? Okay, I got an actual theory on what happened there. That is when the design staff was told, no, you have gone too far with what you had planned on that one. Just make it a ninja. And they're like, what? I don't see a problem with it. He's wearing a black uniform and he's got an armband. No, no, you know what? There is a limit to our racism, and that is it. Like, if they went too far, they just made them ninja. That's what I reckon happened there. They just went too far, and like, they were just told, you can't do that one. Hello. Oh, oh working? Nice. It's a lot, though. Good job. Weird show. I think we can all agree. Oh, I thought there was, we could make him about the last major event in Germany, or we could make him ninja. Let's pick the safe choice. No, you know what? I don't think that's the decision they had. I think they didn't even question it. They just made it and then went, then someone went, ah, no. And it probably, like, knowing how Japan treats World War II, I would probably say that ah, no was overseas. Like, Japan is kind of non-apologetic for what they did during World War II, unfortunately. And I mean, I am, generalizing here, of course. And as always, feel free to correct me if you believe I am wrong. I do not mind. But yeah, they were the worst, but damn nuke. Yeah, I know. They got away with a lot. Like, when Allied powers came to Germany, they kind of really hashed it. And again, this I might be wrong, hashed over like, hey, you cannot ever let this shit happen again. And the German government's been like, yeah, no, we agree. Whereas Japan, because nuke, they just sort of went, yeah, we're going to occupy you for a few years, not let you have a military for a few years, well, quite a few years. But yeah, and like like, let's go with everyone in the asshole situation. Every here sucks. Yeah, unfortunately. I I don't think that's fair. I know what you're saying. Um, no, you don't let someone surrender the nuke. Then that's even worse. Like a nuke is already a terrible atrocity, and like what Germany did was not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. But nukes don't harm the people who made those decisions. Nukes harm the civilians. It's like those weapons of mass destruction. You do not use those against military targets. That's the point of it. It's an atrocity because you're doing it towards civilians. Bombing a military base is one thing. We're getting really political here, and I'm sorry for that. This happens a lot, but yeah, and there is no excusing what happened in Germany with, you know, the genocides and the persecution and all those other wonderful things that happened. And I'm joking when I say wonderful, obviously. But hey, speaking of things I don't want here. Yeah, anyway, let's move away from that because I think we've gone way too deep into that one now. And I am talking out my ass about things I don't even know. Let's get away from that. I do get the anger. And I think a lot of Europe got that anger. Not just Europe, the world. All right. Well, we've made another ocean. Made it to another ocean. That's pretty exciting. Oh. Okay. I apologize. I understand what you mean now. I read that as after they surrendered, they should have been nuked. I apologize. I misread that entirely. Do I not actually have a political adjacency alarm? Um, I don't. I should add one. I feel like that should be a redeem. Yeah, I think it should be. I think you're right. AFK. Yes, please use the political adjacency alarm. He's a very good job at it, but fortunately the alarm was getting a snack. That's all right. 7.5%. Nice. What snack did you get, Splee? What snacks? You're back and like, oh, war crimes are probably political. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, next topic. So, how about them atrocity? No! We hopefully get to 8%. Got yourself a chocolate mousse snack. It's tasty. Nice. So, yesterday, for our son is now a week old, and I'm very proud of my boy. I got us like a little slice of chocolate cake as like a little. It's not a birthday present, not like a birthday cake because it was birthday, just 1 week. But I wanted to like commemorate it, so I got me and Panda a chocolate cake, like, and obviously he can't have it because he's too little, but we enjoyed it on his behalf. All right, one day he will want more chocolate cake, I'm sure. One day he will demand the chocolate cake. And one day he'll get the chocolate cake. But not today. You want a black French resistance man? What? Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't had a chance, but we'll look up this guy, Karlach. Was he a tiefling barbarian? All right then. Okay. Huh. That's cool. Top Secret the movie. Ah, okay. I haven't seen it. Fortunately, movies is not really my forte. Um, So because Baldur's Gate's been high up and like everyone's talking about it, for some reason I've been reading about Baldur's Gate 2. It truly emits enough heat to set things on fire. Wonderful. I don't know Val Kilmer. But anyway, so I've been thinking about Baldur's Gate 2. And if you played it, then you know there's romance options because BioWare games, right? You always got to have your romance options. And so for my romance option, I don't know why I went with this character, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, of course. Um, so when I played that game, I was probably like 2022, somewhere in there. And Aerie. Aerie was my choice. The cleric, wizard, elf. She was kind of mousy, kind of scared about the world, and I was like, yes, this is who I'm all about. I don't know if I'd go with that pick anymore, but I thought she was great. You know? But then, of course, I'm like reading about Baldur's Gate, people are like, she was so annoying and whiny. I'm like, I don't remember if she was. Is that the drow? So it must be protected at all costs. Yeah, Aerie must be protected at all costs. I agree. She suffered enough, and she's sort of mousy and cute, and I'm just like, yeah, that's what I was about when I was 18. Yeah, I don't know. I never had her in my party. I never did that. I think if I was to play Baldur's Gate 2 again, I think I probably would have her in my party. I think I'd have a very different party composition. If D&D is a bard, they got to seduce a dragon. I've never tried seducing a dragon. I've only ever played a bard once in recent memory. Very drow sensibilities when it comes to romance. Femdom, huh? Is that what you mean? Is this where we're going with that? Got it in one. Hey, I know my drow. Seducing a dragon is the thing you only get to do once. Look, if a donkey can do it, so can I. That's a nat 20 with like high charisma if I ever saw one. Yeah, no, I don't think that seems like the romance option I'd ever go with, honestly. That's not the sort of character. I don't like that sort of character. Oh. Hello, Maholic and party. Welcome, welcome everyone. Let's do a shout out for... Wait, hang on, I got confused. Shout out for Maholic there. Thank you very much. Short hair cat. I know, I know. Oh god, I know. So, I gotta explain this again, don't I? It's the Papa haircut. So I went to the hairdresser today, and the guy's English was not particularly great. And I just went, "Oh, look, can I just get this like number 3 haircut?" And he's like, "No style." I'm like, I guess." He's like, "Okay," and just vroom, over the middle. I'm like, "Oh, that's what he mean." I thought he was just saying I personally had no style. But that's not what he meant. I thought he was just insulting me, like casually insulting me. But no, he was saying, do I want it styled in any way? And I misinterpreted that. So just once it goes through the middle, like the fringe that I love so very much, I was like, well, this is where we're at now. It's just jump, and it was done. So yeah. Anyway, Mahalik, how'd your Factorio go? Have you finished the missions yet? I know you're doing the story missions. I occasionally come and see how you're doing. I don't get to watch much because, of course, Lil K takes up a lot of time. But good thing hair like style grows back. Exactly. But it was a little bit of a shame. So for those who not know who I am SeiferKatt. Hi. I got short hair now. I am for the last one, 9 out of 9. Nice. What we are doing is we're trying to go to the very edge of the map. It's taking a very long time, but we'll get there eventually. So we're just venturing forwards, killing a lot of bases, and occasionally building a train line. So that's what we're up to at the moment. We are not even at 10% yet, and it's a very long run. So really what we're doing is just chatting about whatever comes up, and occasionally warning me when I've gotten too close to a political conversation, which happens a lot more than it should. How interesting the stream is. I am a marbled god. Indeed, I am. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Mostly talk about cats. You'd think that, Mojo, but it's honestly not. Mostly today the topics have been G Gundam and how it's kind of racist. Which you can see where the political adjacency alarm came from. So who know? Who knew talking about racism is politically adjacent? You want to see a cat from the calendar? Veldak, we can show you a cat from the calendar. We can absolutely do that for you. I'm going to pause though while I do this, or at least cat. Do I have inside information on how close Tower is to finishing C block? I don't. Probably closer than Solburn though, but I don't know. I don't have inside information though. I think he's doing well though. Okay, let's get a poll going. So, for those who are new here, we look at cats here. All I need you to do is respond in the poll. Is this a great cat? Yes, all cats are good cats, but is this a great cat? Here it is. Just tell me if it's a great cat or not. My hand is burning red. Shining finger. Gosen, how close are you to beating C block? Actually, we'll unpause so we get some music going. Yeah, you've not won until you've done the FTL device and launched it. That doesn't count. Last two sciences. When you say last two sciences, do you mean last two sciences for the million, or do you mean last two sciences for getting them constructed? Because last I saw Tower posted in the Discord. Gray Fluffball is pretty good. Posted something in the Discord a few days ago about getting blue chips sorted. So beyond that, that was 2 days ago. So there you go. That's your answer. Anyway, this is a great cat. I don't know. Please tell me. You're faster than... Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're further ahead. Okay, that's deemed a great cat. Good job, chat. I agree. Okay, let's go back to Factorio and let's just keep killing bugs. Yeah, what's up, docs? Alright, looks like we've reached another ocean. Yeah, no, I think you're definitely further than Gosen. Oh, sorry, not Gosen. Tower is. Yeah, you've got to do the FTL stuff. If you're not doing the FTL stuff, you're not doing it right. Okay, so I had an idea for C block. Okay. Now, I'm still a long way from finishing this, so that'll be a while. But my thought was C block, but minimize the amount of clarifiers and flare stacks that I use. By minimize, I mean I've got to have a punishment. Every time I use one, I've got to like hurt myself somehow. And I was thinking, go with the classic push-ups. You know, every time I use a flare stack, for every flare stack, it's one push-up. Every time I use a clarifier, it's one push-up. Does that sound hilarious? Hilarious is probably the wrong word. But does that sound interesting? So we're going to be storing a lot of stuff or using it somehow. So really minimizing clarification. That's like 20 push-ups. Get a pull-up bar. I don't know about that. That's a little bit more exercise than I want to do. Ripped C4 RIP Steve. No, like I will just, because can you think how just angry I would be about just putting down, not exactly threatening. Let's get it. What do you mean about 20? So the more the point is, I don't want to do the push-ups. So I will do everything in my power to not have to do a push-up. And that's the plan. I probably won't do push-ups. But the point is, I will do everything to not have to do a push-up. Feels weird, man. Don't do push-ups near water. True, I can't swim. Thank you for reminding me of that fact. The hell is going on there? Why do you have those? Okay. Get a deck of cards when it's time to exercise. You draw a card and do reps equal to the. Oh, that sounds like I would hate life. Yeah, that could be fun. Anyway, that was my theory of what I could do with C block. I'd probably hate it, but that's kind of the point. Oh, we got to stretch and hydrate. I'm sorry. How about you stop being a little bitch and do the 20 push-ups? No. I will continue to be a little bitch, thank you very much. I don't intend to stop anytime soon. Yeah, so that was my thought, because a lot of what people do in C Block is it's like, oh, I don't want this. Because I was watching Dosh's video, because Dosh did another video on C Block, which, by the way, is always funny when he does, because whenever he does a new video on C Block, then my hits for the C Block run increase, which is really funny. So please keep making those. But just a lot of it's like, I don't want to use the soul clarify. I don't want to use the soul clarify. I don't want to use the soul clarify. I'm like, what if you didn't clarify so much? What if you didn't flare stack quite as much? It's like, that would be interesting. So that's what I'm thinking about. And plus, it would give me a good excuse to walk out. That would give me a good excuse to play C block again, whenever that happens. I always look for an excuse to play C block, because it is by far the best mod pack. And people can disagree with me on that, but I don't care. Fluid bus. Oh man, if the fluid bus. I think. So I would have to be very careful with what I do with water. And like waste products would have to be very carefully managed. And I would probably have to have like big warehouses around. Also, of course, no destroying warehouses because they got too full. So if I need to have like a waste management site, I think that's okay. A waste management site is a-okay as far as I'm concerned. But destroying something because I don't want to have to deal with it, that's not okay. So we might have a box that's just full of fluoride, because there's nothing I can do with all the fluoride. And I think that would be kind of a neat thing to do. They C-block but on normal terrain. Well, that would be easy, because then you've got all the land. Fluoride is okay, but chloride? Why, what's wrong with chloride? Oh, well, okay. Petrochems is going to be a real pain in the ass. It gives you salt. Okay, can you do something with salt? But you remove the ground. If you remove the ground, then you're... What, you're trying to make the world see? Is that what we're doing now? Is Seifer salty? No, I don't think Seifer's salty. It could be. Saline water. Yeah, I think we would end up with like massive dumping sites, which would need to occasionally be moved further and further out, which, honestly, that sounds kind of fun. I don't know. It sounds like a terrible idea, but a fun way to play. Fun is arguable. How far are we? 7.7. Okay. What did we start today at? Started today at 6.5. Wow. Okay. I think the map is not big enough for the dumping I need. Well, I mean, look, again, if the dumping gets too big, we can always build a clarifier or a flare stack. And at that point, we do push-ups or whatever, sit-ups or whatever the hell life is. Petrochem will take 200 hours of... Wait, why would Petrochem take 200 hours? Petrochem's not that hard. Hmm. I remember we always can just dump stuff if we don't need it, and so we just have a huge dumping pile. Whereas a dumping pile, because it shouldn't be for efficiency. I don't think efficiency should ever be the thing. Or maybe just mineralized water. Maybe just don't dump mineralized water, because people throw that away too early. Petrochem's not that bad, is it? I guess I'd have the other problem would be getting rid of all the nitrogen. No crashing trains with fluid wagons. Oh, absolutely not. No, 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 no. That's cheating as well. Of course it is. None of that shit. Like, you're not allowed to delete resources. Well, looks like you'd have to store it. I can already see the dumping yards. They're wonderful, just rows and rows of warehouses, feeding warehouses, going all the way through. Oh, we dump so much. And yet I still think it'd be easier than Nullius. Again, I can dump things if I really must. But I have to really consider, do I want to do that? I give one thing to this short haircut. It does feel nice to, like, rub it. That's a weird phrase. If you've ever had, like, a buzz cut, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, ooh, it's kind of spiky. Often spiky at the same time. Like a small cat. Nullius isn't really hard, just annoying. I mean, what is really hard? Like, what is the hardest mod, honestly? Because from my understanding, Pyrodons isn't even hard, it's just long. That's the argument I usually see for Pyrodons. Arcospheres. Okay, you know what? Arcospheres can just F off. I don't like Arcospheres. Arcospheres is probably my least favorite thing. Does C block have anything like matter and K2 for kind of late game tech that lets you reduce anything in some common? No, I don't believe so. I believe it does. Arcospheres. Yeah, you liked Arcospheres because you figured it out. I didn't. I was too stupid for that. My little brain hurt. It was like the sound of steam escaping. And then I became a steam engine. And generally, my goal in life is to not become a steam engine. Go figure. Okay. One thing I'm wondering is if we get a little bit more damage, if we can like start pulling away the lasers and increasing the speed of the spiders, we could probably do this a lot faster. What? Yeah, a slog is not hard. A slog is just a slog. Like, a slog doesn't bother me. This is a slog. It's not hard. It just takes time. And I'm pretty chill with that. Nullius was frustrating with all the byproducts. I'd say Nullius is probably the hardest that I've played, because it was just the number of things building to other things. But even then, it was more of a slog. It wasn't difficult. I guess, again, why I say Factorio is not hard. And again, this comes from a person who's got a lot of experience in Factorio. Nullius is your worst mod pack you've played so far. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Nullius. I would never do Nullius again. Space Exploration I could do again. C Block I could do again. But Nullius I will never go back to. I've done it once. You know, I got the t-shirt at the gift store. I'm not going back. Some mod combination of Rampant Death World with Bob's Angels. Yeah, I mean, Death World might be the hardest thing. I've heard Death World is tough up until you get flamethrowers, and then it's a lot easier. So if I eventually get rid of 2 lasers and add another exoskeleton, that might be good. What's so bad about it? About Nullius? Makes you redo your build. Well, it never makes you redo your builds. Like, you never have to redo your builds. It's just everything requires other things to build. Like, if you want to build an assembler, you need to build like arms. To build arms, you need to have engines. To build engines, you need to have pipes. To have pipes, you need iron. But the next level of assembler needs the previous level of assembler plus a whole bunch of other things, and it just keeps ticking up onwards and onwards. And it's just like, ugh. The fact that you have to like really keep building onwards and upwards for every scale. Like, do you want a new chemical lab? Oh, for a new chemical lab, you need furnace level 3s. I don't ever need furnace level 3s except to build this chemical lab. Oh, but you need the chemical lab, don't you? Suppose I'm building chemical furnace 3s. What I need for furnace 3s? Oh, you need to have these furnace 3s. Okay, I didn't really want those, but here we go. We're building those as well. What do we need for those? Oh, you need to have this. I didn't really want that. And that's just like the game loop just going, you really need to just keep building more and more stuff. Yeah, that's probably where I went wrong. There's a mod that puts Space Cam into Factorio. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I'm curious on that one, how Space Cam it really is. I never finished Space Cam. It's one of my regrets in my gaming life. I got so close. I got to like the second to last world. Not doing Factorio for the assembles and belts. We have to do all the molecular surgery too. That's alright. Molecular surgery of Space Cam was alright in most cases. It was only when like they forced recursion into it that it was a bit painful. The forced recursion was tough. Like with the Omega module, the Omega atoms. I didn't like that. That's where I lost my fun of Space Cam. That means nothing to you? Well, that's because you didn't get far enough in Space Cam. That's still going, huh? Kind of impressed. no! Oh no! He's got chased by a biter. Thankfully, my army of spiders was nearby. Yeah, I think if I can get another weapon research or two, then I think I take away 2 lasers per spider and add more exoskeletons. Just to get that extra speed, I think that would be really helpful. I wish the mod started the biological phase. Yeah, the biological phase was actually pretty interesting. I agree with that. That was the part that was the point of difference for Nullius, though, to be fair. Also, I liked being able to land meteors of resources. That was kind of fun, too. Again, that was extremely late game Nullius as well. I mean, that's technology I wouldn't mind, generally. Just landing meteors of stuff that you need. I don't even care if it's expensive, just let me do it. Alright. Just burning through these. I wonder how bad these areas smell after you've burned through all this, like, biomass. It can't smell good. Just cauterized flesh as far as the eye can see. Or the nose can smell. The advantage of the bite is they have no nose. How do they smell? Terribly. Not something I'm aware of. At the same time, that's one of the things I kind of liked about C-Block, so if you don't enjoy that, then that's not okay. Space block? Is it space block? There's a space block. There you go. Zap, 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 zap. One thing I've noticed with my son that I just like will make like loud noises, like sound effects, like zap, 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 and he'll be crying and he'll just stop and just look at me and just stare at me like, what the hell? Dad, what is this? I'm scared. I like the complicated resource loop of C-Block though. Yeah, I just make like weird sounds like and he's just like, ugh! Like wide-eyed, like what the hell is going on? I'm scared. Stop being weird, Dad. Dad will never stop being weird. That's always gonna happen. You better get used to it. Telling me to stop clearly doesn't work for stream, so why would it work for him? Alright, that's a good start. Come back in. Zippity zap, zip zap. We're getting there. That's what matters. For every dead biter. How many things have we killed these days? That's the real question.
Butt kicking, for goodness!
Thank you for following Apex. It's appreciated. How much have we killed? We have killed 51,000 big biters, 2 behemoth worms. I like this. You can see like the times where I went back for a while. That's pretty funny. We'll ignore about the losses part, shall we? Alright, well, I probably have to stop soon. I think I'll get this next cluster of worms. And then we'll probably have to call it for the night. That didn't count, that was a small cluster. Didn't count, didn't count. One more. Just one more turn. Oh look, that one doesn't even count. Look at it, that doesn't count. And before you know it, it's 3 AM and he's just going, that didn't count, that didn't count, that didn't count. Panda is angry at me for not looking after my son. What are these tiny worm groups? They're so small. They're mocking me now. That's a proper one, right? That's a proper one. Bad kitty. Oh, I get told I'm a bad kitty all the time. And now I'm a short-haired kitty. I guess that was my punishment. Not that Panda had anything to do with that, of course. She wasn't there. Anyway, that's what she told me to say. Well, the punishment will be worse next time. Hey, those guys, those mooks are trying to get away. Yeah. Hope that was understood. Alright, you know what? We should stop. We should actually stop. Just kill these guys, just real quick. Okay. Well, how far are we? We are 8%. Nice. How much growth was that today? 1.5%. That may have been our best push yet. And I think what we'll do, once we get this weapon damage done, hang on, can we just see how close we are to that happening? We need one more of these done. It's working on it, it's just slow because... Wait, what's wrong with plastic? We've probably got oil problems now. Okay. So at some point we're going to have to go back to get oil. Damn shame. There's oil here, we can just bring that up and around and grab the oil. Okay, we can do that next time. Not a big deal. Even so... Oh no, science is still actually happening right now. I think it's running out though. Okay, anyway. It's safe. How big is the save? 22 megs. How big was C block? 32 megs. Oh. Uh. Interesting. And Nellie's was 46, but still, this is going to get bigger and bigger, I see. Well, that's just what it's going to do. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. If you're new here and you're not following, please do consider following. I would appreciate it. Otherwise, do what you want. I will next be streaming. I don't know when. I don't know, because life is a bit like that with a newborn. But what I suggest is you go to. Well, if you follow, then you'll find me when you're on. But if you go to Discord, I will notify you when I'm next streaming. It might be Saturday, might be Sunday. I don't know. Be one of those days, hopefully, depending on what's going on. You can also, if you need more SeiferKatt in your life, you can go to youtube.com/SeiferKatt, and there is literally 1,000 hours of Factorio content there for you. You want to see a C block run? It's there. You want a Bob's Angels run where I did it in a maze? It's there. You want Nellie's run? It's there. Space Exploration run? There. You want a sushi block run? There's 2 of them! So, there's lots. There's lots to see. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Turtle. Thank you, Apex. Thank you, Splee. And thank you to everyone. And with that, I'm going to head out. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.